filming someone, as I see is going on right now, whether that could be considered to be assault, whether retreating from ICE agents is considered to be assault. Occasionally there are shootings that are unjustified. That's why the officer usually is put on a desk job. But we can't just say, oh, nothing to see here, and he was obviously an assassin and a domestic terrorist. When we say things like that, it leads to no confidence in, so I think there really has to be an independent investigation. I don't think it's honest to say he assaulted officers. At every point in the video, he retreats. When a woman is shoved to the ground, he goes to help her up, and that's when he is grabbed from behind. At no point in time do I see an assault.
Reaction to the Alex Pretti incident over the weekend?
Yeah. We're going to have hearings on this. We've invited three of the prominent leaders from the Department of Human Services on immigration and immigration control, and we're going to discuss the question of whether or not filming someone, as I see is going on right now, whether that could be considered to be assault, whether retreating from ICE agents is considered to be assault, and whether or not filming and then retreating is an indication that you're a potential assassin. If our government's going to say things like that, people out there in the public need to know. I mean, do people filming the government have to worry that they are guilty of assault and the use of lethal force can be used against them? Look, we have this all the time as far as our police. Our police have a tough job. Our police largely do a good job, but occasionally there are shootings that are unjustified. And that's why the officer usually is put on a desk job or administrative leave until his investigation. Even when it's perfectly, I know of at least a couple of shootings in Kentucky where the guy shot the officer 8 times. It ended up being killed by another person in the car. They investigated it for 1.5 years, which I thought was way too long, but that was a completely justified shooting. But we investigate things because we think using deadly force is the unusual. It's the exception to the rule. But we can't just say, oh, nothing to see here, and he was obviously an assassin and a domestic terrorist. When we say things like that, it leads to no confidence in, so I think there really has to be an independent investigation, and this is going to be an investigation outside of DHS. They should themselves immediately appoint a commission. If they don't, I think Congress may.
What do
you make of the situation in Syria and the Kurdish minorities? Do you think this administration is doing
too long a question for me?
If you could talk about the inconsistencies between the way that Secretary Noem and other top administration officials initially said Alex Pretti brandished a weapon, then of course Homeland and other committees got a report yesterday from CBP saying nothing about brandishing a weapon, just saying someone shouted gun. I mean, what do you make of these inconsistencies?
I think for people to have confidence in government and confidence in the law enforcement wing of government, we have to be very honest. And I don't think it's honest to say he brandished a weapon. I don't think it's honest to say he assaulted officers. Every American's seen this video now, or most have. Everybody was snowed in for 3 days. A lot of people have seen this video. At every point in the video, he retreats. Now, I'm not saying he might not have been obnoxious. I'm not saying he might have said obnoxious things, but he films. He doesn't even obstruct the traffic. He waves a car through in the middle of this. As they approach him, he retreats. As they approach him again, he retreats. When a woman is shoved to the ground, he goes to help her up, and that's when he is grabbed from behind. At no point in time do I see an assault. And I don't think anybody in America believes he was assaulting those officers. So we have to tell the truth, and I think that at this point, because there hasn't been this honest approach to things, I think what you're going to have is an independent investigation. Because look, I am for ICE getting dangerous criminals out of our city. I suspect even in Boston, when they rounded up 25 rapists, people committing assault, people accused or convicted of murder, even Boston, a left-wing Democrat city, probably said, we're kind of glad they're gone. So I'm not for getting rid of ICE. I am for restoring trust in ICE. And the way you restore trust in ICE is immediately have an independent commission. And I'm not even talking about something that is assessing the behavior beyond is it an appropriate use of force and what is our policy moving.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.